Today is Capital Day for the Cure. We are here at the Louisiana Legislature in support of the Tumor Registry, the Louisiana Tumor Registry, and then also the Louisiana Breast and Cervical Program.
For those that don't know, what exactly is Louisiana Tumor Registry?
Sure. The Tumor Registry is a great place they collect data, they do research, it provides information for those folks who are seeking information about how to reach clinical trials. It's very, very important to our state. It's very strongly a life-saving measure, and I'm proud to say that Louisiana actually has the best registry in the U.S. right now. Susan G. Komen is known for its pink running ribbon as a worldwide organization, but at its very heart, it's a grassroots effort. Men, women, survivors, those who have lost their loved ones, all coming together to support our mission to save lives and end breast cancer. 75% of our funds stay local, specifically for education, for screening, treatment, psychosocial services, and then 25%, and this is where people tune us out sometime, does not go specifically for administrative costs. It goes for research, scientific research to find the cures. Komen has been the part of so many major medical finds over the last 30 years. There's a lot of folks who say, I don't need a mammogram. I can pay for my own mammogram. I have good insurance. If I get diagnosed, I'm able to afford the treatment. But what everyone can glean from Susan G. Komen is the fact that the research saves lives. And Susan G. Komen is the largest funder of breast cancer research outside of the federal government. So we're very, very proud of the efforts that we've made. There's been a 30% increase since the early 80s in survivorship, but that's not enough. We have to keep going. We have to keep seeking and searching for the cures. Wonderful and exciting opportunities in research and alternative opportunities. Natural medicines, diet and exercise, wellness, in addition to just the hardcore medical findings also.
In 2014, our tumor registry was rated #1 in the nation. So we don't want to cut funding there either. That would be disastrous. What we want to do is say, hey, here's something we're doing well. Let's continue to do it. Let's continue to be an example for every other state in the nation.
Why exactly is it important to keep track of the tumors and cancer and all that?
For all kinds of reasons. There's medical reasons for the current patient, which I know you could say, well, they know they have cancer, right? There's medical reasons for the current patient, but there's also reasons for preventing cancer clusters, finding out geographically from mapping who has what and where, so that you'll know, well, there seems to be a concentration in one particular area. Maybe more attention should be paid to awareness in that area. Maybe more attention should be paid to screening in that area. If there seems to be a trend developing in one particular place, you can help root it out that way. Also, when it comes to friends, family, relatives, well, not friends, but family and relatives, when it's possibly in a bloodline, that you can help it generations down the road.
Why is it important to have a registry? How does that bring us closer to a cure?
Collection of data, important to make sure that it all gets to one place so that it can be disseminated, information can be shared, and not only to the medical community, but also to those folks who have been diagnosed. It aids in treatment, it aids, like I said, in locating opportunities for clinical trials, for research, and the funding that is provided by the state helps us be able to initiate funding and grants, federal money, those kind of things. So it's much larger than the small portion, which is only $525,000. Here we are asking the legislator to invest in our state.
Tell me a little bit about your personal experience with breast cancer.
Sure, I am a 3-year survivor. I was diagnosed here in 2011. With the help and research that has gone on through early detection, it helped save my life. I was 40, so I was a young survivor. Friends and family here became my support group, and that's why Louisiana is home now.
And why is it important to keep the funding for those programs?
Oh, it's very important because early detection. That I think is, if we can find early detection, me personally, genetic mutation, it was not in my family history, so we need to keep researching that. We need to find that cure. Cancer has hit my family through many generations. with everything that's different. So, you know, breast cancer is 1 in 8 get it. We have to find a cure. So we have to have that funding.
Breast cancer awareness, Susan G. Komen, I come out to support the awareness at the Capitol because we need help with research and money to help keep the momentum in getting a cure for breast cancer.
Tell me a little bit about your personal experience with breast cancer.
I was diagnosed with breast cancer October 2nd, 2013, and I had the 6 chemo treatments. I had a right mastectomy and 33 treatments of radiation, and I'm still in treatment. I go every 3 weeks to get Perjeta and Herceptin every 3 weeks with the Hematology Oncology Center.
And how did you make it through all that? How did the Susan G. Komen help you out?
Support from the community and my family, and people wrapping their arms around to help encourage you and give you courage and hope and love, and certainly prayers. That's better than medicine.
And how hard was it for you to find out that you had breast cancer?
Well, I started feeling my knees and my back start hurting, and I went to the doctor every month for a year. And I ended up finding it myself one day. I was showering and I noticed my nipple was inverted and swollen, and I went to Dr. Christian, and I was diagnosed in about a week, and we had the surgery. I started chemo in 2 weeks after I found out.
Tell me a little bit about Komen and the board. What do you do?
Sure. As a member of the board, we try to just make sure that we collect as much money here locally and that we reinvest it in the community through grants and other programs to outreach for survivors and people battling breast cancer.
Why exactly did you choose to get involved?
It started out with Race for the Cure and really kind of became to love the family, and it really is kind of a family atmosphere, and really dedicated to the community, and that's why I got involved.
How important is Susan G. Komen to the community?
Oh, it's so important. I mean, it's evidence every day. Just the people that have stopped by today and just the impact that it's had on them or their families, the survivors, and the outreach that it has is what I've learned to be the most important part. Just people need support and structure in those hard times.
And what would you say to somebody that may be considering getting involved?
I'd say do it. I mean, I think Race for the Cure was a great way for me to do it, but there are opportunities all year long, and it's very easy to get plugged in.
Tell me a little bit about how big of a problem is breast cancer in the state right now?
The state of Louisiana ranks among the 3rd highest for breast cancer in the U.S. We have one of the lower rates of incident, but a higher rate of mortality and late-stage diagnosis. A lot of that has to do with the fact that there's not funds available for women who cannot otherwise afford a screening. Susan G. Komen is a huge proponent. That's a large portion of our funding goes to provide for screening for these women. We are here, once again, advocating for the breast and cervical program. Louisiana Breast and Cervical Program also provides approximately 13,000 mammograms to women who would not otherwise be able to afford them. We know that early detection saves lives.
I just hope that our legislators take this as serious. This is a serious matter because the increase in breast cancer is rampant in the communities, and particularly in the Black community, breast cancer is at a high rate. And I'm so happy that the Women's Hospital have the 3D mammogram machine now. And so it's phenomenal changes being made, but it's still a lot of work to do.
How are you funded? How do you make that happen?
Well, we are funded by local efforts. Here in the Baton Rouge area, we cover 10 parishes, and most of the state of Louisiana with our 6 affiliates, major fundraiser for all of our affiliates are Race for the Cures. And then in addition to that, local fundraising efforts, luncheons, golf tournaments, third-party events by other folks who want to support us. So there's a lot of efforts all year long. Folks know us most often with our high visibility in October for National Breast Cancer Awareness, and then also for our Race for the Cures. But we're here 365 days a year working for our mission to save lives and end breast cancer.
For someone that might want to get involved as a third party, how would they go about getting in touch?
Sure. I would encourage them to reach out to their local affiliate and go to the website, the Komen.org in their area, and then also reach out to them maybe via phone call and let them know that you would like to participate, you'd like to do some fundraising for them, and that more than likely they're going to be more than happy to talk to you right away.
We try to raise awareness with our elected officials so that they can know not just what the fight is all about, but how we're doing in the fight. Early screening is a key, and we're at a risk of having early screening go away because of cuts in funding. See, with early screening, the survival rate is at 99%. If you don't get early screened, that rate drops to 25%. Any ball game you see, if the score is 99-25, they're calling it for the mercy rule. This is a no-brainer. Early screening is vital.
Self-breast exams is the most important. I always tell my friends, get to know yourself, get to know your breasts. That's part of early detection. If you do find anything, don't be afraid to go to the doctor. What helped save me was a mammogram and an ultrasound. So I always encourage you to do that. There's lots of free mobile mammographies around. If you can't fund that yourself, there's definitely ways within the community to get that help.
And how would they go about finding those ways?
Susan G. Komen has ways that you can help. We partner in 10 different parishes, so you can contact our office and we'll be more than glad to set you up with someone.
What are some ways that people can show their support and keep the funding to these programs?
Well, of course, finding your local affiliate, giving your local affiliate a call, going online, doing as much research as you can as well. The self-exam is, of course, vital. Early detection is the key to everything. As important as our cause is, what's more important is the goal, and that's eliminating breast cancer altogether. So awareness, early detection, and contact your local representatives. Let them know that when it comes to the state budget, this is not the area to cut.
What is your message to legislators today?
Well, our message is to help us save lives and end breast cancer, which is our promise here at Susan G. Komen. Please fund the Louisiana Tumor Registry, and please provide funding for the Louisiana Breast and Cervical Program.
And any upcoming events?
We do. We have upcoming events all the time throughout the state. Each affiliate has their own race for the cure. Some are coming up in the October, and also in the spring months. Ours happens to be in the spring, in March. Today we have here in Baton Rouge an opportunity for a third-party event. We have a lot of those throughout the state. Folks want to do something for Komen. They initiate their own fundraising efforts, and today here in Baton Rouge it's with Lucy's Retired Surfer Bar and Schlitz and Giggles. They will give us a portion of the proceeds today for a purchase if anybody goes in and mentions that they're supporting Komen. We have a lot of things during the month of October too, so I would encourage everyone to go to the various websites and see what's available in your area.
Just help support the cause. Be supportive to anyone that you hear that has breast cancer. They need your friendship. Lots of prayer. Whatever you believe in, use that as your ground. I had a slogan that I used, and that helped me. Have hope, always believe, and just smile. And so that personally was my motto, helping to get your own motto, helping to get your own song, talking about it. Some people talk, some people don't. That was how I got through. I talked about my journey because my goal has always been to help others as I was helped. And so that's why I'm here today, is to help save lives.
How do women find out about these programs? Where do they go for help?
Well, there's a number of places to look. There are 6 Louisiana affiliates. There's one in Shreveport, one in Monroe, Lafayette, New Orleans, here in Baton Rouge, and in Thibodaux. And you can reach out to those different affiliates, make a phone call or visit their website and find out where you can go for free screening in that area. The Baton Rouge number is 225-615-8740, and our website is KomenBatonRouge.org. I just want to thank everybody who is participating today from the 6 affiliates throughout the state, and then also encourage our legislators to support the efforts for life-saving measures through the Louisiana Tumor Registry, and then also for the Louisiana Breast and Cervical Program. I just want to thank everybody for being here today and for their support of Susan G. Komen. Ask them to continue to do so. We've come a long way, but we have so much more to do.